What is up, woke family? It's your boy Wokey Bucks, and I'm back again with another live stream video. Leader of the KKK, aka Racist Man, talks about black people trying to be slaves again. Let's get into it.
Keep it quiet. And why do you want to keep it quiet? And why do you want to keep it quiet?
Why would anybody want to erase our heritage?
Well, some people would say that flag symbolizes racism. It symbolizes slavery, and they might have some valid points there.
What does he mean by why do we want to erase our heritage? I'm confused about what you mean by that. Like, what does that symbol? What do you mean by symbolizes your heritage? Like the flag, and what is your heritage? What does your heritage consist of? That's what I'm curious about. You feel what I'm saying? You got to explain that a little bit better. Let's continue.
That's their opinion. You know, they're welcome to their opinion if they want it.
Are you pro-slavery or against slavery?
I have no comment, but thank you for that.
Listen to what he said. He said, are you pro-slavery or anti-slavery? And he said he has no comment. So this is the thing you have to understand, especially about the society in which we live in. If somebody asks you if you are pro-slavery or anti-slavery and you say no comment, people are going to assume that you're pro-slavery because what is politically correct is for you to say that you're anti-slavery. So when you say that you don't have a comment on it, it gives off the impression that you are for black people, especially being slaves, knowing that majority of black people were slaves in America. Not like current black people, but I'm talking about generations past. You feel what I'm saying? So it does, to an extent, make you look bad. Now, I'm not going to fully judge and say that you are. What I will say is that you not saying the politically correct answer is going to have a lot of people try to come after you and make it seem like you are racist. You never know. Now, with that being said, everybody's entitled to their own thoughts, their own opinions, and so on and so forth. You feel what I'm saying? But just understand that certain ways in which you package yourself have the ability to, quote unquote, get you canceled, even though I don't believe that one could be canceled. But just understand the ramifications of all of that. But let's continue.
Interview.
I'll give you one more chance. You're pro or anti-slavery?
No comment.
I'll give you one more opportunity to say if you're pro or anti-slavery.
No comment.
All right. Well, there you have it. No comment on the if you're in favor of slavery or not.
That just goes to show you that some people, deep, truly have their own thoughts and their opinions. But this is my thing. It would make one really think that he is in favor against, or he is in favor for slavery because of the fact that you choose to not comment on the situation. And then, according to what the reporter was asking you, the flag that you had up, some people would take it as if it were racist. I don't know which flag he had up. I'm assuming that it's the KKK flag. You never know. They're talking about preserving their heritage. All of the signs point towards those. Now, with that being said, you just have to be careful, especially of where you are and what time you're doing what you're doing, because understand that not everybody's going to be pleased. And unfortunately, we live in a society in which some people might even get violent with you, even though I think that's worldly. But some people are going to get violent with you depending on what you say and what you represent and what you post because they're not happy. You know what I'm saying? Like a relative example about this is just, for example, like when it comes to gangs, right? Depending on which gang set or which side you belong to, that's really going to determine, especially where you live, that's what's going to determine whether you're going to stay alive or you might get caught lacking. So it really depends on where you are, what you say, how you say it, and how comfortable. But I would say this, most people who are in a certain area, they don't feel comfortable representing what they stand for in every area because especially as men, we understand that it can get to a point where there's some type of violence involved. And when there's violence involved, nothing good happens. Let me say that again. When there's violence involved, nothing good comes out of that. Nothing good happens. So I would say to the man, you just need to be very careful where you are and just understand that in the society in which we live in, whatever opinions you stand on, you're going to get judged regardless. Now, I'm not telling you that you should be towards people that look just like myself. Because I'll be honest with you, slavery is one of the worst things that ever happened in American history. A lot of people suffered at the hands of slavery. A lot of people died. A lot of people sacrificed their blood, sweat, and tears just to be in a position to have their generations passed be where they are right now. So I don't think you should support it. If you're asking my, if you're to ask me my opinion, you feel what I'm saying, woke family. But in situations like this, I just think that this is very, very appalling, and it's very sad that people like himself wouldn't elect to not have slavery, or wouldn't elect to get rid of slavery. You feel what I'm saying? Because regardless, you're going to be judged. So you might as well put yourself in a position of success and make yourself look like, let's just say, for example, you are, based off of the flag that you were carrying, based off of all of that. You don't want to make yourself look any more bad. Now, I believe in authenticity, but just be careful, man. Like, it's so many different things in which one could literally do just to put themselves in a negative position. Because let's be real, especially in the society in which we live in right now, everybody's recording you from their cell phones to everything. You feel what I'm saying? You're being recorded in every way. You might not even think about it. You're being recorded. People are watching you. People are taking notes on you. People are seeing what you're doing. So my point is just be aware of the repercussions and see how it affects you as a whole. Once you figure out how it affects you as a whole, every other thing else is going to work out for itself. But if you're not aware, this puts you in a position of looking soft, and puts you in a position of looking bad. It's like, is it really worth it? Not really. You feel what I'm saying? You really want to be aware. You really want to pay attention. You really just want to be very, very aware of the things that are happening and how it has the ability to affect you in either a positive or negative way. That's just the reality of the situation. This right here affected him in a negative way because he's being targeted on social media. You feel what I'm saying? In a negative way because of the things that he said. So it really just goes to show you feel what I'm saying? I know we live in a society now in which they try to make it seem like there is no racism that happens, but we all know to an extent that there is. Now, I will say that the opportunity to succeed as a black person is significantly higher than it was 50, 60 years ago, right? Because this is the thing, you have to be able to create your own path. You got to find your own path, whether it's corporate, whether it's entrepreneurship. I encourage all the people that are different races, right? That are not white. Go after entrepreneurship, bro. That is the best way, in my opinion, that you can really be able to build your wealth. You go after entrepreneurship, every other thing is going to work out for you. You don't, you're putting yourself in a bad position. Once you go for entrepreneurship, every other thing is going to work out. You feel what I'm saying? But you got to find a vision. You got to find your purpose. You got to start working towards that. Remember, your purpose is to serve others, not to be selfish. Once you put yourself in a position to serve others, every other thing is going to work out well for you. But if you don't put yourself in a position to serve others, it's going to be very, very hard for you to really be able to get where you want to get. So you put yourself in a position to serve others, allow God to bless you, and you consistently do this, your life is going to be worthwhile and very, very fruitful, and God is going to bless you abundantly. And that's a fact. If you understand, it's because you're woke. If you don't understand, unfortunately, you're not woke. This is going to be in this live stream video. If you like this video, make sure you go spam that like button, leave comments, share this video with your friends, subscribe to the channel at Wokeebucks, WOKEEBUKS. Tap the notification bell to get all the latest videos that I post. Patreon link will be down in the description below, and so will social media links. So make sure you go give those a check. But without further ado, this is going to be the end of this video. This is Wokeebucks, and I'm out, man.